following segment is sponsored by Steamatic. Well, as we mentioned off the top of the show, almost 16,000 house fires a year come from clothes dryers. So it's important we do a little prevention to make sure we keep our homes and families safe. Happy to have Misty Poole, owner of Steamatic, here, who joins us this morning to talk about how we can prevent this. Great to see you.
Thank you for having me.
This is kind of important stuff. You know, 16,000 fires a year seems like a really big number, but then when we were talking about this amongst ourselves this morning, everyone knew someone who's had a fire related to a dryer. So what's happening with our dryer?
So a lot of times people don't clean that lint trap after every load, and you should. I think I submitted a photo of my cousin's 20-year-old son's lint trap that hasn't been cleaned in probably 4 or 5 months. And what happens is that it falls through the trap and then it gets caught in the vent. And if you have a...
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's it. And
you could knit 2 sweaters out of that.
That looks like a whole dog in there. It really does. And she sent me that picture and said, you can use this for marketing if you want. And I looked at that and I thought, surely not. But yeah, I said, tell Nate he's going to set his house on fire.
Yes.
And so, yeah, that's, but people just don't think about that.
Right.
Dryer vent cleaning is not something people normally think of until there's a problem. So there are some ways that you know that you need to get it cleaned. If the dryer is hot to the touch, the casing around it, it's not getting enough airflow. If it takes more than one load to dry, or
not working efficiently,
it's not working efficiently, and 9 times out of 10, it is that clogged up dryer vent.
So we're talking about obviously the vent that's in the dryer, but then that lint goes down to a hose that goes out of your house.
Yes.
That's absolutely something that needs to be cleaned too.
That is absolutely the part that
where all that excess goes to.
And it will smolder, and you'll see how quickly lint does flame up.
We've got video of this, and it is shocking. After I saw this video, Misty, I was like, I'm going to quit using kindling in my fireplace and start using the excess dryer lint.
That is a tip. You can actually put it in toilet paper rolls to start fires.
Yeah, I can see why.
Huge tip.
And it burns so quickly, and you can imagine, and one of the things we talked about too was, the thought of really turning your dryer on and then going to run errands when something like this can happen is probably not a great idea.
Yeah, or go to sleep at night, because one of my friends actually called me, and they had started a load, went to bed, and then woke up smelling a fire and found it, and it scorched the entire dryer. All the clothes were on fire when they found it. So, that's why we suggest at least once a year get that dryer vent cleaned.
Yep.
In my case, I probably need to do mine more often because, like I told you earlier, I have a 100-pound lab. I do have a beautiful cat that sheds. I don't have kids in the house anymore, but when I had teenage boys and their friends, it was laundry constantly.
Well, I had 2 teenage boys, and they both shed.
Yeah, they do.
but let's talk about how this works, because again, when it gets to the point where we just saw in those pictures, you really need a pro to come out and do it, to be able to get in there and get all that stuff out.
Absolutely. And you can go to home improvement stores and buy these little attachments that you put on a drill. I don't suggest that if it has like a 90-degree angle, or if it's in the middle of the house and has to vent out through the attic. Because what you're doing, if you're not getting it extracted, is you're packing it in.
Makes it even worse.
And so what we do is we use a whip or a brush, and we run that through while it's breaking all of that up. We use negative air to extract it out, and we clean from the outside in and the inside out to make sure that vent is completely cleaned.
That is such great advice. Talk about some of the other things you do at Steamatic, because you do a little bit of everything.
We do. We do air duct cleaning. That's a really big thing that people don't think about as well. We also do water damage restoration, fire damage restoration, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about, obviously it's work for us, but we don't want to see anybody have a house fire. The dryer vent fires actually cause annually about $35 million in property damage. So if you were to have a fire in your home from a dryer vent, not only do we have to repair that area, but we have to clean everything because that smoke travels, the smell. If you have your heat and air system on when there's a fire, then it sucks it in through the return and blows all that soot and smoke into all of the other rooms that weren't even affected. So it can be a very costly problem if it's not taken care of. So.
Okay, I'm going home and cleaning out my dryer vent right after we're done with this, Misty. But if folks want to contact you about any of those things you mentioned, obviously the information on your screen, telephone number, they're on YouTube, TikTok as well.
And we do a lot of TikToks too on like the area rug cleaning, the satisfying rug cleaning, before and afters of our services. We've been using the Meta AI glasses, and our techs are videoing as they're cleaning so that we can get the tech's eye view of exactly what they're doing. So we do a lot of really fun stuff on social media.
Oh, cool. Cutting edge stuff.
We try.
All right. Misty, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it. Coming